Welcome back to the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium for the second half of the 2012 Corazon Classic between Real Madrid and Manchester United. It's the home side that lead by 2-1. After 45 minutes, we've got changes of personnel for Real Madrid and a change of referee. Carlos Velasco-Caballo will be the referee for Spain in the upcoming European Championships, taking charge of this second period. Wholesale changes for Real Madrid, as you would expect, with the likes of Evan Helguera and Amavisca, two of a number, are about to enter the fray. We're underway for this second half. Morientes opened the scoring for Real Madrid after just 8 minutes. A half volley that beat Van der Sar before Lee Sharp equalised from close range, following good work from Andrew Cole. Luis Figo, though, giving Real the lead as we see Real come forward once again, and that is Amavisca. 40 now, part of the Spanish side that won the Olympics back in 1992. Played for Real between 94 and 98, won a couple of titles, also turned out for Valladolid and Racing Santander. Early corner here for Real Madrid, it's low and it's comfortably taken by Fortune. It is Zidane, that's not a bad effort, it's a good save. Well, I've spotted that we've two Real Madrid number 11s on at the moment, with Amavisca and also Alfonso for Real. It is Blomqvist towards York, who looks to deny Carranca. Another former Real player and another player that's come on for this second half. Part of a really good Spanish under-21 side who runs up in the Euros at that level. Back in 1996, the likes of Raúl and Morientes and Mendieta all playing in that particular side. Blomqvist, Roberto Carlos to deal with. Fortune goes galloping on. Suddenly Real Madrid a little short at the back. This is Blomqvist again, it's on his left side, and eventually the shot from Andrew Cole is well saved by Ildner. Carranca nowhere to be seen. Redondo forward. Zidane, he's gone on the left-hand side, it's not a bad ball in. Cleared away by Lee Sharp eventually, he'll just take it off the toes of Figo, who stayed on for this second half. This is Irwin. Running out 8-3 winners last year, easy against Bayern, 4-3 against Milan. They're finding it tougher against Manchester United as Andrew Cole goes forward. It's good covering play on this occasion by Ivan Helguera, who's come on for this second half. Well over 250 appearances for Real, stretching through until 2007. He finished his career with Valencia, title winner, Spanish international of his day, played in the World Cup. This is Roberto Carlos. Space once again for Amavisca on the left-hand side. It's not a bad ball in once more. Santillana will look to tee it up. Eventually it's Vasquez that got the shot away. It was Alfonso who got the shot away on that right-hand side. He's the other number 11, Alfonso on the right, with Amavisca on the left-hand side. Alfonso Perez Munoz, who's 39 now, he retired back in 2005, and another member of the gold medal winning side of the Olympics back in 92. Talk about Figo playing for both Barcelona and Real Madrid, something that Alfonso did also just the one season with Barcelona. Really played most of his football for Real Betis, won a Copa del Rey. all the way back to Ilna. Fantastic crowd at the Santiago Bernabéu for this one, as there has been for the other two editions. All the proceeds destined for Real Madrid Foundation's academies in Africa. Fantastic cause. And the Real Madrid fans have come out in their thousands to see some of their heroes and some real talent on show. There has been a good pace to the game as well. Figo looks to slip it through towards Zidane. Van der Sar is there. Bonfils doing the pointing. Sheringham calling for it. There is a determination, you feel, about Manchester United. They will not want to be beaten that easily, one suspects. Ronnie Johnson. York. Played in that central midfield role for Sydney in Australia, won an A-League with. So played more centrally, certainly further back in his international days with Trinidad and Tobago, certainly towards the end of his career when he played the World Cup finals in '06. Redondo looking for Zidane. Manchester United holding a highish line. Zidane, 5 in white inside and around the penalty area. Here is Zidane once again, crowded out by Sharp. And now Redondo. Roberto Carlos. Amavisca. Roberto Carlos again. Can he square it here? He can. That's a terrific hit. It's off the bar, I think, by Santillana. Great technique by the 59-year-old. Outside of the right boot, onto the bar. The spectacular effort from Amavisca, not so good. He was a rare goal scorer in his day with Real, just 13 in 113 the lead. But how about this for technique? The instep guided it towards goal just too high by a fraction, striking the crossbar and away. 186 goals in La Liga, 15 for Spain. And a fantastic servant for Real Madrid. Here is York at the other end for Manchester United. Sharp to his left. Andrew Cole calling for it. Sheringham wants it also. This is Andrew Cole. The arms go up. The ball ends up in the back of the net, but the flag eventually followed. And that's a familiar expression as well. Doesn't matter that he's not playing for the first team in the Premier League these days. He still believes that he was onside, that he timed his run to perfection. I don't think it was quite the case. Fantastic goal scorer in the Premier League with Manchester United and with Newcastle, of course. He started his career as an Arsenal youngster. Also played at Blackburn and Fulham and Manchester City, of course, and finished his career at Nottingham Forest. Never played as many times as many felt he should for England, just 15 caps and just the 1 goal. But it's looked pretty sharp, has Andrew Cole here. Owen, Johnson, Manchester United still trailing, remember. Owen. Cole with a touch, and Sharp can come forward. Away from Redondo. Good pace about this Manchester United attack all of a sudden. This is Teddy Sheringham. He's looking for Cole over on the left-hand side. He gets away from Fernando Sainz, who's come on at half-time. And this is Fortune. This is really good football. Sheringham with a header. It's deflected over by Roberto Carlos. While Manchester United were rolling back the years. Really good incisive play. Cole involved, Fortune as well, and the header was goal-bound, you felt, from Teddy Sheringham before being diverted away. Here is Sheringham again. This time his touch not so good. And now Dion Dublin. Scored very early on in his Manchester United career, did Dublin against Southampton in the Premier League, but broke his leg against Crystal Palace, and after a dream move from Cambridge, it all went wrong for him. Eric Cantona came on the scene at Manchester United. He was surplus to requirements, but certainly made a really good career for himself at Coventry and Aston Villa. Of course, an England international as well, rather controversially left out of the '98 World Cup squad. And there's Fernando Sainz, who's 38. He only made 35 appearances for Real. He came through the youth academy, really known as a Malaga player. This is Roberto Carlos, and now it's Amavisca, and still Amavisca. Can he finish? Wants to lay it off, and the powerful shot from Figo is well saved by Van der Sar. And he's been upped in this second half. It's really good quality. Aguirre's touch. Redondo away from one challenge. Zidane's touch. Redondo once again. This is Figo. 1- and 2-touch football from Madrid. Alfonso up against Irwin. Still Alfonso. Retired some 7 years ago, but he does really well. Looks for Santillana, who jumps with Lee Martin. Santillana ends up on the deck. The 59-year-old jumps with Lee Martin. Just about on his feet now. Manchester United coming forward with Blomqvist, Sheringham to his right. Rijoux. Fortune left. Cole through the centre. Johnson coming up from the back. 2-1, and after 3 goals in nearly 4 minutes or so in the first half, I thought it might be 5-5 at half-time. It wasn't. Both defenders have tightened up a little bit, but the quality has been terrific. This is Blomqvist again, challenged by Sainz. Brother-in-law of another former Real Madrid player, Michel Salgado. This is Blomqvist. It's awkward, and this is Sheringham. Cole. Sheringham might get a second chance. It was an awkward volley. Didn't really come down for him both occasions. This is the shot from Figo that was turned away. Neat layoff from Amavisca. Coming up to the hour mark of a hugely enjoyable edition of the Horizon Classic. And Real certainly being tested by this Manchester United side. There's been no back marker at all. Sheringham caught in possession. York tries to win it back, and our referee, Carlos Velasco Caballo, gives Manchester United a free kick. Johnson doing the pointing. Irwin may well take it. Dennis Irwin, who retired at 38, having finished his career at Wolves. He was part of the Cup Winners' Cup side, of course, that beat Barcelona back in 1991 in the final in Rotterdam. So part of the Champions League winning side in '99, and a former Leeds and Oldham player before he moved to United. This is Zidane showing his strength, and the referee has given Real Madrid a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. Zidane, I think, has calmed the referee to a certain extent there. How much contact between the two. Zidane going down fairly easily. Well, who wants to go this time around? Roberto Carlos had a crack in the first half from similar distance, although different angle. This time it could be a Zidane curler. Redondo standing over it also. Alfonso in the Manchester United wall to cause a bit of confusion. And the referee seemingly practicing for the European Championships as he makes sure that the wall is 10 yards back. Concentration etched on the Manchester United defenders' faces. It's Zidane, it's the curler, and it's saved by Van der Sar. I don't think he's happy with the ball. Didn't score as many, I think, for Real, certainly in the league anyway. 37 in 155. Doesn't even compare with his international record of 31 for France in 108. Clayton Blackmore getting stripped and ready perhaps for Manchester United. 47 now, and another veteran of that 91 Cup Winners' Cup winning side under Sir Alex Ferguson. Goals from Mark Hughes, you might recall, denying Barcelona in the final. Certainly endeared Manchester United to Real Madrid supporters that night. Sharp. Sheringham. Johnson forward. Sharp loses out. Helguera wins it back. Figo on that left-hand side. He would have just been caught by Johnson. Play continues. Sheringham jumps. The keeper gets there just about. Illner. And the German will look to release Amavisca. Visca wants it again. This is Zidane. Redondo. Figo. Alfonso to his right. Santillana with a touch. Oh. Neither player enjoyed that. They were both caught. York and Santillana. Zidane. Redondo. Mavisca with a cross. It's headed away by Ronnie Johnson. And now it's with York, Clayton Blackmore and Raymond van der Haar about to come on. And Real Madrid having their best spell perhaps of this second period. Just over an hour gone. Alfonso calling for it. Roberto Carlos eventually gives it. Alfonso on this left-hand side now for a change. Twists and turns, can he get away from fortune? Just about time to make the changes, you would have thought, with just under half an hour remaining. And also a change here for Real Madrid. We're going to see the end of Bodo Illner. Pedro Contreras coming on, the 40-year-old who came through the youth system, but only made a handful of appearances for Real Madrid. Back as a goalkeeping coach at the moment, Contreras, and Santillana, who has been really enjoyable to watch. Avan Perez is coming on. Another player that barely played for the first team before moving on. A terrific player for the likes of Betis and Bordeaux and Deportivo La Coruña. You might recall Van der Haar is on for Manchester United with a Van der Sar, one Dutch goalkeeper for another. Van der Haar, 49 now, finished his career at Apeldoorn in the Dutch lower leagues. Goalkeeping coach with Vitesse. Understudy to Peter Schmeichel and Fabien Barthez. He did have a run as first choice at some stage and managed to win Premier League title, did play enough times. All told, played nearly 500 appearances for the various clubs in his name at Go-Ahead Eagles and Vitesse, and did indeed grab a Champions League winners medal, even though he didn't play in the final part of the squad in '99. There's Roberto Carlos. Clayton Blackmore is on for Lee Sharp, incidentally. Welsh international in his day. Ooh, flag has stayed down. This is Figo with an opportunity. Surely he won't miss this one. Van der Haar has only just been on, and that's a terrific stop. And then Irving clears up at the back. All on a third goal for Real Madrid. That's a really good start from Van der Haar. Comes the corner, cleared away. Sheringham with the overhead kick to try and get something going for Manchester United. Redondo showing all the class and touch to keep Real Madrid in possession. From the bad ball towards the back, and a powerful header from Alfonso is over. Scored plenty of goals for Real Betis, 57 in the league from 152 appearances. He retired in 2005. He's a Spanish international. Blackmore. And Jacob. And Martin's touch. Fortune away from one challenge, runs into another. Zidane will pick up the play. 65 minutes gone in the Corazon Classic at the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. Real Madrid looking to come forward again, and the flag eventually goes up this time. It's heading for the lowest scoring Corazon Classic so far, 11 last year, 7 in the inaugural running in 2010. Usually goals when these two sides meet. And some fantastic games at Old Trafford in the Champions League. Here's York looking to run at Redondo, brought down inside the penalty area, and that's a spot kick for Manchester United. Now, Carlos Velasco-Caballo didn't hesitate there. He wants to take it. Dwight Yorke is saying to Teddy Sheringham, you can if you want. Sure, he'd rather take it himself. Both penalty takers in their day at Manchester United. Oh, how much contact was there, Redondo? Not quite sure there was any. This is a better angle. I'm not so sure. Maybe just that's tight. Sheringham's going to take responsibility to level things up for Manchester United here. Saved by the keeper. The follow-up is saved again, and it's wide. Pedro Contreras denies Sheringham. Maybe justice there. Guessed the right way. Popped it up for Sheringham to have another go, but he was brave, and then the third attempt just hooked over the bar. On that occasion, the poker face no good. This is Zidane. He'll go towards the far post, cleared away by Martin. Roberto Carlos. Shot always going wide from Amavisca. Well, we've seen Van der Haar make a terrific save, having been on about 2 minutes from Figo in a one-on-one from just outside the 6-yard box. And at the other end, the third substitute keeper for Real, Pedro Contreras, denying Teddy Sheringham from the spot after Redondo had brought down Dwight Yorke. I don't think there was too much contact. Justice has been done. Here is Figo, gets to the byline, looks over the cross, it's over the head of Perez. Roberto Carlos. Redondo. And still going, and it's opened up for Redondo, who scores. Great balance, terrific touch, and a confident finish. And Real Madrid lead by 3 goals to 1. Such a shame, really, that we didn't see Redondo more in his professional career. The injury suffered in training for Milan in 2002. He barely played for them, really. How about this for skill? Drifted away from one challenge, cut back. Great balance outside of the left boot. Van der Haar on this occasion, no chance. Would you believe it, he scored just 4 league goals for Real in 165 appearances between 94 and 2000. Makes you wonder why he didn't score more given a finish like that. So much skill and talent, the Argentine. Player of the tournament when Real won the Champions League in 2000. And arguably man of the match when they beat Manchester United at Old Trafford 3-2. Manchester United have it all to do now. They've missed the penalty. And the deficit is now 2. Real 3, Manchester United 1. We see another change. This is Roberto Rojas who's coming on. Another player that didn't really make it in the Real first team, but he came back after a better spell at Malaga to coach the youth side. He's now the main coach of the youth side after being assistant coach. Retired in 2007. 5 years with Real, but mainly in the B team. Here's York. Now it's Andrew Cole. This is Sheringham. It won't drop. Fernando Sanz, incidentally, the player that went off. Teammates at Malaga. York looking for Blomqvist. Well, some Manchester United supporters will say that's what he used to do when he played for the first team all those years ago. He got himself into good positions, but his delivery wasn't great. Been one of the better players for me in this fixture. But another whose career perhaps didn't realise complete potential. Mavisca infield. There is Redondo. Zidane up against Blackman. He's chasing hard, Blackmore. He's only just come on, but he can't keep up with Zidane. Here is Figo. And now Rojas. Zidane. Afonso finds Amavisca, and now Roberto Carlos, 3 inside the penalty area. Away by Irwin. Zidane will pick up the loose ball, and a standing ovation for Zidane as he chases after the ball and takes a quick throw. There is Rojas on his left side. It's a good hit. Sheringham. York finds Blackmore. It's not a bad ball. It's Cole and Sheringham trade passes, and Cole still has it. It's on his left side. Redondo will clear up away from Blackmore. Helped the club win the 1990 FA Cup, Clayton Blackmore. Also the 91 European Cup Winners' Cup in the following season, and the League Cup in 92. Went on to play for Middlesbrough. Brian Robson was in charge, and in 10 years, from 82 to 92, played some 250 games for Manchester United. He was no squad member, that's for certain. He was a regular first choice for a long time. Did enough to win a medal in Manchester United's 92-93 Premier League title success. Did play enough games. Went on to manage in Wales at Bangor City and Porthmadog. Sheringham. Blomqvist to his left. Fortune calling for it infield. It's gone towards the Swede. Up against Rojas. This is Fortune. Just over 15 minutes remaining. and he's been taken out again by Redondo. Further changes coming incidentally. I think on this occasion there was some contact. Van der Sar signing autographs. Quite happy to do so. He's been doing that since he was substituted about 15 minutes ago. He's got through plenty. Free kick then here, just ahead of some Real Madrid changes, and it comes. Oh, it's wasted. Can't blame Dennis when he scored the off free kick in his time. 22 goals for United in the league in 368 appearances. Was a penalty taker on the odd occasion. Changes for Real. I think Redondo is one of the players that's going to come off here. Potentially Roberto Carlos as well, to be replaced by Rafael Garcia Cortez. Another player that came up through the youth ranks. And also it's the end of Luis Figo, who's scored once, as he did in his real playing days against Manchester United. 39, still looks very fit. Velasco also coming on. Roberto Carlos and Figo all going off. And I think we also saw a glimpse of Luis Rami, but we'll just wait to see. Also changes for Manchester United. It's like Lee Martin has gone off. There is Rafael Garcia Cortez, who we mentioned, coming on, who's 54 now. Also Zaragoza and Mallorca, and also Raúl Vallecano, retired in the early 90s. And it is indeed Ramis who's come on. Mavisca denied. Here is Mickey Thomas for Manchester United, the number 14, who's 57 now. Average age of the Manchester United side has suddenly gone up. Brian Robson is on as well, wearing his familiar number 7 shirt, former Manchester United captain and England skipper, of course. He was such a dynamic player in his day and arguably had his best game for Manchester United against the Spanish side, Barcelona, in European competition. A barnstorming performance from Robson. Saw Manchester United come back from 2-0 down in a first leg of a Cup Winners' Cup tie in the 80s to win 3-2 on aggregate. Suffered with throat cancer back in March of last year. Went on with the Thailand national side coaching staff. He was the manager. Real Madrid hunted more goals. Flicked away by Dion Dublin. Mavisca from Cortez, and now it's with Mickey Thomas. Played in the late 70s, early 80s for Manchester United. Hasn't really got the strength to hold off Ramis, who's 16 years his junior. Thomas also played for the likes of Everton, Brighton and Chelsea and Stoke, of course, and starred for Wrexham, and now very much part of the media scene, local radio, and for the club channel. Real Madrid looking for more goals. Meanwhile, it's Ivan Perez who got himself in a good position. Raymond van der Haar will throw it out. York will flick it down towards Fortune. And Fortune showing a little bit of pace here and still going forward, looking for Sheringham. He's claiming he was brought down after the ball had gone. The referee says no. Zidane. Van der Haar races outside of his penalty area. The flag was up anyway. Cole. Sheringham wants it, and Sheringham is onside here. Can he finish this time? He can. Well, he's missed the penalty, but Teddy Sheringham has made the last 11 minutes Certainly more interesting from a Manchester United point of view. Sort of finish we saw so many times in his Manchester United career. Spent 4 years at Old Trafford, sharing 31 goals in the Premier League. 2 spells with Spurs where he was more prolific, certainly. Didn't win anything like the amount of silverware that he did at Manchester United. Part of that treble-winning side in 1999. Played in the FA Cup final and scored, of course, that year. England international, starred in the European Championships held on home turf in England. 96. Cortez for Zidane. Looks like he's going to play the full 90, and why not? Always terrific to see him play. Karanka, who's one of the assistant coaches for the first team these days, former Athletic Bilbao player, but Real Madrid performer in the late 90s, early 2000s, part of a couple of Champions League successful squads. It's a low ball in, it's Alfonso that couldn't get there, and then the shot from Cortez is wide. If that had been Roberto Carlos, if he was still on, it might have been different, but Rafael Garcia Cortez, who only scored 5 times in La Liga, looks like it could well be a hasty exit for Roberto Carlos. Handshakes all round before heading to the dressing room, and he'll be away. See, Cortez finds Amavisca. He runs into Clayton Blackmore. No real room for manoeuvre as Manchester United do well to just find a little bit of space here. This is Cole, who darts one way and then the other to fool Amavisca momentarily. York has it now. Robson wants it. I don't think Brian Robson's had a touch since he's come on. This is Sheringham. Scored one, missed the penalty, finds Mickey Thomas in acres of space. He could always deliver a ball, Mickey Thomas. Let's see now, was that an attempt at glory or was it a miscue? Certainly looks that way. Blackmore's after Zidane. Zidane turns off the afterburners and gets away from Blackmore and Robson. Neither can go with Zidane. Van der Hal, though. Here is Robson. Now it's with fortune. Cole, York, 8 minutes remaining. Thomas. Short towards Robson. Comfortably taken, pounced on by Perez, who can come menacingly forward for Real Madrid. The sliding challenge is mistimed by Clayton Blackmore. Zidane. From distance, the Real Madrid supporters are urging him to score. They'd love to see him net just once more at the Bernabeu. One final change by the looks of things here in Zidane to a standing ovation. That shot, his last contribution to the match. He starred once again, though, here. He's been brilliant in midfield. Julio Llorente is coming on. Julio Llorente Gento, to give him his full name. Nephew of the legendary Francisco Gento, who played for Real Madrid way back when. Llorente is on. Retired back in 1998. But over 100 appearances for Real Madrid, and he'll get the final 6 minutes or so. Sheringham. Thomas lets it run. There's no one coming up on the left wing, though, for a change. Blomqvist went off for Robson. Touch for Llorente. It is Rojas. go-getter. Amavisca on this near side. Garcia Cortez coming forward. Perez gets the touch. Manchester United defenders backpedaling. Just over 5 minutes remaining here. Amavisca once more. It's been useful on the left-hand side. 40-year-old. Oh, Brian Robson intercepts. And Cole could be away. And Sheringham is to his left. He's urging York to get forward. Played through towards Sheringham. The flag goes up. That was very, very tight. And Teddy Sheringham is not happy at all. He's claiming that it should not have gone up. You could see he was bending his run. I think that's a good decision by the official. Well, there was once a rumour that Sheringham and Cole never got on too much when they played at Manchester United for one reason or another. But great to see them playing tandem here. They've got many things right tonight. That occasion, the telepathy, the radar was just off. Garcia Cortez. Amavisca. 3-2 Real Madrid lead. Alfonso looks for Amavisca again, and he's still going here. Surely there's a fourth for Real Madrid. Perez can't turn it in. He's got another chance. It's cleared. He's got a further chance here, Ivan Perez, and this time it goes over. Manchester United players throwing themselves in the line of fire to deny Real Madrid, and Perez in particular. It's as if it's the final 5 minutes of a true Champions League final, not of a charity fixture. It's been keenly contested. In comes the corner, flicked away by Johnson. Another flag kick on the far side this time. There is plenty on this fixture, let me tell you. Professional players for a good long while on both sides at the highest level. I don't just want to give up that easy. I don't want to let the opposition in. Eighth corner for Real, incidentally. And there are 5 in white in and around the penalty area as the corner is taken. Dublin will head away. Here is Mickey Thomas. York. Blackmore. He's had a strong shot. This is Sheringham. Willie Rue, that penalty miss. Fortune. Cole on the left-hand side. York is looking for his old strike partner. It's gone towards Blackmore. Now it's with Sheringham. Thomas waits inside the penalty area. Here is Fortune. And still, and Sheringham won't get there. Amavisca will get it back, and Blackmore will intercept. And well, Fortune has fouled Amavisca, and the pressure suddenly subsides. Manchester United, certainly, it was looking ominous for Real Madrid at the back. Back for Contreras, who could well turn out to be the hero, that penalty save. Amavisca calling for it, Perez as well. Van der Hau just about gets there, had to be brave. It's Dwight York doing some complaining. Don't tell these players that this is not meaningless, because it is. Robson, well, he was known as a strong player in his day, and someone who'd love to slide in with plenty of heart. He never ducked a challenge, Brian Robson, in his day. Such a shame he missed out on World Cup campaigns, although he did play early games in 86 and 90. He was injured in both finals. Still managed to play 90 times for his country, 26 goals as well. And even though it was towards the latter end of his career, picked up a couple of Premier League titles before going on to player manage Middlesbrough initially. It's like Rafael Garcia Cortez might fancy his chances from this sort of range. It strikes Robson. 54-year-old into a 55-year-old. York, Irwin. York again, looking to hold off Garcia Cortez, who just gives York a bit of a shover into the 90th minute. Our referee Carlos Velasco Cabal looks at his watch. Here's the one final chance for Manchester United to grab an equaliser. And a hugely enjoyable Corazon Classic of 2012. Here is Blackmore. Now it's with Cole. Blackmore again, plenty of movement ahead of him. This is York. Robson inside the penalty area. 4 in red waiting for the cross here. One of them's Blackmore. Strikes a defender and out for a corner. Is there time to take it? Just about. Real Madrid players are chasing back here. They're hanging on to a certain extent. Surely, fortunately, you've just got to get this one inside the 6-yard box. He won't move away, Garcia Cortez. Sheringham smarting from that penalty miss, runs towards the near post. It's gone towards the far post. Contreras will punch away, and the referee has seen enough. Real Madrid have won the 3rd edition of the Corazon Classic here. A hugely enjoyable charity match. A fantastic cause, the Real Madrid Foundation. Madrid went ahead through Morientes on 8 minutes before Sharp struck back for Manchester United. Figo then scored just 2 minutes later. Manchester United had the opportunity from the spot. Sheringham saw his effort saved by Contreras. Redondo went up the other end and made it 3-1 before Sheringham did eventually score for Manchester United, but it wasn't enough, and Real Madrid have completed this edition of the Corazon Classic by winning it by 3 goals to do. A fantastic occasion, some terrific football, really high quality, and fabulously attended as well by those at the Santiago Bernabeu. But it's Real Madrid who win by 3 goals to 2.